Hi succulents friends, in this video I will share how to use pine cones to serve as a good drainage system. Let's go. Now I'm sitting underneath of my pine trees and last winter they did produce loads of pine cones. And you may say, wait, what are you going to do with them? Actually, I will collect them and put them into these planters. They will serve as a really good drainage system. So all these things, there are three things like pine cones, packing peanuts, or even the empty bottle. Now this one, I cut it as a tool for me to collect these pine cones. They are brilliant to put underneath of the plant, and the succulent roots are not really deep, so they don't need a lot of soil, but they do need big plant. Because once they grow oversized of the plant, we need to repot them. For some big succulents, it's the best just plant them into the bigger plant directly, so you don't need to do that again and again. Even though we do say like every 2 years, we recommend to change the plant once. With these pine cones, the plant wouldn't be super heavy too. Otherwise, if we put lava rocks, even though it's the lightest of the gravel, it's still quite heavy. So have a look, and you may say how much you put. Actually, I normally do it I would leave 4 inches space from the top of the pine cone to the surface of the planter. Is just like a leave of 4 inches planter, because if you buy a succulent, when you do the repotting, you find that even they live in a 4 inches planter, it's not like the roots go all the way deep to the bottom, except some of them with strong and deep roots, such as agaves, gasterias, and hawasses. After collecting a good amount of pine cones, I will move to the next step. I will add soil, and this soil actually I use is specially for succulents. It has a lot of perlites. You can see the white color parcels, and some organic matters. Some really big pieces, but there is no sand or gravels inside. But like I mentioned before, the perlites would serve as the gravels. They mainly when we buy these soils, in order to deduct the whole weight, and then that's why they use perlite instead of any other type of gravels. If you want to mix your own succulent soil, that's a good idea to put some good portion of gravels, especially if you want to grow your succulents outdoor in the summertime. It depends on where you live. Like where I live, Wisconsin, we do have a big amount of summer rain, and we want the rain to go through the soil immediately instead of sitting in the planter. So in that situation, a good drainage is really important. And I can put my finger in, like it's about that much. It's maybe 2 inches. So I will add a little bit more soil, because eventually after a certain time, they will just sink. I'm not worried about to put the pine cones at the bottom, because pine cones is kind of acidic, and it's actually good for succulents. They kind of like acidic soil, but it's at the bottom. No matter how much acidic it is, it wouldn't influence that much about the top soil. And you see it's a good amount already. So in that situation, because it's a hanging basket, this is a hanging basket, what I will do is put a beautiful rosette echeveria in the center. This is the beauty. Have a look. I grew this guy in my garage. My garage was not heated in the winter time, and then I just put a really little heater for the whole area, and it made it. It's amazing. That's about succulents. And another part of the plants I want to add in is this guy here. And you may say, wait, what is it? It's actually a type of senecio, and it's called the weeping jade. but it's not calendula, it's a weeping jade. It's a summer growing plant, winter dormant. And the good thing about this guy is actually it can grow like a trillium jade as well. People also call it a trillium jade because it can grow around 4 feet, which is 1.2 meters long, and it will tree along the plant. Is quite pretty. And look at the color. Isn't that pretty? It wouldn't stay forever. In the winter time, when it experiences extreme temperature and a good sunlight, that's when it happens. And I cut it from the mother plant because it's a happy grower. And what I will do now is I will put the whole thing around this plant. Have a look. What will happen is the part next to the soil will grow roots. Eventually, like there will be the trillium jade grow out of the plant and make another trillium jade, weeping jade. It's gorgeous, it's pretty, and I will put another one to compose the other part of the semicircle. Oh no, I found mealybugs. At that situation, I will just quickly take the cotton nest off. They wouldn't cause a big damage, and then I will wash my hands immediately. I look through and I don't see any other portion has that problem, so I'm not that worried. But if it's a big portion, and then we should be worried. I will curve this portion. Even the leaves, you can take them off and then just put into the planter. They will grow roots eventually, and it will give you another plant. This jade, it come up flower into autumn and winter, and the flower is quite pretty yellowish flower. That's why you see it's different from like jade, calendula ovata, jade genus. This part I will put it here, and for the stem I will just put it in. And you may say, oh wait, no, it doesn't stay. Even if I push it, it will say no, I don't want to stay. And now I will move to my next step. I want to cut the package of this hanging basket and then make it show as a hanging basket. I love like hanging basket things and like string of pearls, string of bananas or dolphins. All these plants you can grow in the hanging basket, which compose a really beautiful scene. And then you can hang it up. It's not space taking either. And the next step is I will add a little bit more soil to cover these parts of the roots, so it will grow better. If it's exposed, it can grow to, like for example, for the propagation, we just leave the leaves on the top of the soil. It works. But this is a big stem. I want it to grow faster. It will help it grow faster. And in the summertime, we really don't want too much soil, because you can imagine the extreme heat and then water, rain, it will come. If it has a lot of soil, the heat will accumulate in the soil, and it actually is spoiling your succulents in another way which we couldn't see. Okay, the next step and the last one, and I would actually add a bit gravel on the top of the soil. Not much, because I don't want it to hold too much moisture, but good enough to protect the soil from being blowing away, because sometimes here it can be quite windy. And it actually also serves as a topping function. Now you have a look. Doesn't it look pretty? And I will share more videos with you to show you like when it's beautiful grow full of the planter. Thank you for watching my video. If you like, please give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed the channel, do it, and I will share more and more videos with you. Bye for now.